Hello everyone and welcome to another lesson. I'm very happy to have you here with me today. Today I have a very exciting lesson for you guys. Today we're gonna continue from our last video. If you remember the last video, we created a logo generator workflow inside of n8n. Today we're gonna take that step and move it even further. We're gonna take that logo and actually animate it. Yes, we're gonna animate that logo and we're going to use some very awesome API. We're going to use Veo3 in order to animate our logo. We're going to use the Veo3 fast. You're free to use whatever AI model that you want. I found this is not very expensive and it's easy to use. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to jump right in. All right, so in case you guys are new, I have a full course, like 6 hours course on my channel. If you go here, you can go and check out this video. It's a 6 hours course where I go over most of the nodes that are inside of n8n, and you'll get started very, very easily. All right, so what we're going to do basically is we are going to start by going to our folder here. So last time we created these 3 logos, right? If you guys remember, we have the Green Acres logo. So we're going to pick one of these, and I think I'm going to pick this one. Okay? So I'm going to pick this one here. I'm going to delete these. All right, so I'm going to pick this one. It is called the Green Acres logo image 2. All right. And we're going to animate that. Let's go ahead and get started here. So first of all, since I'm testing right now, I'm going to use a manual trigger. A manual trigger is, as you can see here, it's only get executed within the scenario. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to download. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive here and I'm going to download a file, which is the file that I just told you guys about. So I'm going to search for Green Acres. This one. All right, so I'm going to download this file. So if I execute this one, downloads the file and we can view it here. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Now that we have our file, what we want to do is basically use the ImgBB API here. The reason why is we're going to have to get a URL, a publicly available URL, and ImgBB is a great way to do that. So I'm going to connect this to here. And basically this API, it has an endpoint of upload. And I put my query, I'll put my details here. It's a query auth and I put everything in here. Okay, you just need to create your own here, create new credentials, and you'll be good to go. Here, I'm going to send an binary file. So whatever data that comes from here, I'm going to send it along that direction. So I am going to run this. And as you can see here, we'll get a URL called Green Acres logo 2, which is exactly what we want. Now, next step is I'm going to download again. Now, you're probably wondering why you want to download again. I'll explain in a second. So I'm going to download again, and I'm going to search for the same Green Acres logo. This one. So I'm going to pin this so it doesn't keep on doing it again. The shortcut is P as well. You can use P for pin. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to analyze the image. So I'm going to run this, download the file again, and I'm going to use an OpenAI node here. And I'm going to use the GPT-4o and I'm going to analyze this image. And here what I'm doing is basically I'm asking it to get the colors, get the brand name, get everything from this image. All right. So if I run this here, so I'm going to pin whatever result I got, and we're going to see here. So here it gave us a full description of this. Right here it says identity markers, color profile, give us the hues, the green acres, the name and everything, which is exactly what we want. The next step is a very important step, which is the AI agent. Now we're gonna craft a prompt. So I'm gonna use AI and then AI agent here. And I'm gonna call this one prompt AI agent. All right, so it's gonna take its settings from what we define it below. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically put here to take the logo description from wherever is available here. We're going to choose an aspect ratio of 9:16. So what we are going to do here, we're going to add two things to this. Okay. First of all, we're going to add a brain here with the OpenRouter. I always like to use OpenRouter in this case because it's a very easy to use. So you can use for our mini if you want. Or you can use Claude if you want, whatever is good for you guys, you can use. 401 mini in this case is enough. And then I'm going to say I wanted a structured output format. So what this means is I want a specific way to give me the results. And I'm going to specify here what I want. I want the aspect ratio. I'm saying that it's Veo3 fast. And I'm saying that we need the video prompt as stringified JSON, okay? So I'm going to put that in here as well. So now that I have the structure ready, I just need to make sure that it has a very good system message, okay? Because we put here what it needs, right, to function. Now we need to just give it the system message. And this is going to be a long one here of a description of how this works. Okay. So you don't have to worry about any of this. I will provide you with the whole workflow so that you can just click on these three dots and import from file. So now the AI agent bit is done. Let me run it and see what we get here. I'm going to run this. So I'm going to hit P to pin, and then we're going to get here the prompt, which is great. Now, the next bit is I'm going to reach out to Key.AI. And as you saw in the last lesson, it was very straightforward because I have these blocks ready as a part of my modular system. So I'm going to just paste in this block of, this is an Veo3 Key.AI block, okay? Because it's pretty much similar. We submit a request, we're going to poll for the request, and based on the results, we're going to get. So I just use that so I don't have to redo everything from scratch. All right. So, and this is set up in a way that even this submit request node has an output error, and you can do that here in the settings. In here, you can say on error, continue using error output. So we're going to submit the request, and the request is going to be basically based on the here. So prompt, model, and aspect ratio. And we're going to provide it the image URL, which is going to be the logo. So we are providing it the logo that we want. We are providing it the aspect ratio from the prompt here that it gave us aspect ratio, what model, and the prompt here. So we're just linking everything together. So this is accessing Veo3, right? Generate API from Key.AI. So I'm going to run this here, but it might be better to just run it from scratch, and I have everything set up. So I'll run it from scratch. And just let me see if I have everything set up in here. As you can see, I don't have anything. Let me just switch to the right account here. And I'm going to put this in logo animation. exactly the folder that we need. And here we are going to take the name from, let's see from where we're going to take the name. So we are going to take the name from, well, we can take it from the download here, or we could take it from the, let's see if this has a name. So it has an ID, title, maybe title, let's see. Yeah, title works here, as you can see here. Title works, that's fine. And it has .mp4 because it's a video. So I have everything here set up, just wanted to make sure. And we are good to test this out. I'm gonna rename the workflow, logo animation build. And then I'm gonna execute. So now it will run. Since it's Veo3, so it's probably gonna take some time to finish. So I'm gonna pause the video a little bit until it's done. All right, so it did finish here. As you can see here, it first submitted the request. From here, as you can see, it gave us a task ID. And then we ran this status a couple of times until it went through the retry, because this is basically, as I mentioned in the last video, this is a way that I have set up in order to cater for all types of errors, because sometimes you cannot just put an if here and then it just keeps on looping endlessly if you don't have that set up, especially if it's an internal error, if it's an image fetch failed. So I have these set up, and then it got the video and it uploaded. I'm excited to see the video. Let's go here, logo animation. Here we have our animation. Let's see if we can open this up. Okay, so I'll download it. All right, here we have our logo here. Let's just play it, and I'm excited to see it. It looks really amazing. So let's see. This looks awesome. So here you go. Our logo animated and everything is ready. Let me go back to this workflow. So I'm going to unpin these information here. I have everything now set up. The workflow is ready. I'm going to download this workflow for you guys so you guys can import it and start using that in your work. Okay, so uh, using both of these lessons from before and now, you can easily create a logo. Not only create the logo, but now also create the animation for the logo itself. I hope these videos are beneficiary. If you like them, please give them a like, subscribe for more videos, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next lesson. Thank you for watching.